What's good, world? MIAB back here with another reaction video. Like always, there's something new, and also if you ain't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next video that I post. Let's get into it. It's gonna be a long video we're doing together, yeah. And I'm hitting my bong. I don't even care. We smoking together and we talking together, and y'all gonna deal with it. It's gonna be an hour-long video. I'm gonna talk about all the stuff to come with UFC, all the stuff that happened in 2024, wrap up the year. But first I want to get into the awards, obviously, because that just happened a couple days ago. And I might as well just get straight into those because a lot of great fighters won some great awards. And honestly, this was the first year I really felt like a lot of them were well-deserved. A lot of the awards were well-deserved, especially like there was two fighting for like the Fighter of the Year award this year. And it was just great to see like it was like a real competition this year. Alright, now back to it before my computer rudely interrupted me and decided to exit out of everything I just freaking worked on building. Technology. What am I going to do? Anyway, like I was saying, two people competing this year. It really felt like a competition. Two different weight classes, too. That's the great thing. And it felt like anybody could have won. With Ilia Topuria knocking out Alex Volkanovski and Max Holloway in 1 year. And then also Alex Pereira having like the most dominating championship run in 1 year for what, light heavyweight? How many did he had 3 lightweight, heavyweight title defenses in 1 year. 2 against the same person and 1 against Jamal. Which I'm going to get into the Jamal Hill one, but that's for later. Let me break down these damn freaking rewards. I wrote them down. Yeah, see? Bro, it's crazy because Max Holloway claimed the knockout of the year. That was on Justin Gaethje. I know everybody knows that one. I think it was UFC 300. Again, I don't be remembering all these. I'm not the guy that's going to come breaking down the stats. I'm coming down to break down what I like and what makes sense. What I want to talk about. I ain't work for ESPN or UFC, so I could do that. But that fight was crazy. It was an insane fight. I think Max Holloway really stood his ground. And honestly, it was just terrible because it set him up for such a bad fight. And I don't know if the UFC literally made that happen or if he wanted it. I don't think it. It don't feel like Max wanted the fight, but it felt like he had to do it anyway because it just made sense. Anyways, Max Holloway knocks out Justin Gaethje. That sets him up for the fight against Ilia Topuria to end the year. That was bad. Ilia could fight. Ilia is a little man, but he could fight. I don't know what it is, but you guys better be worried because I think he's going to hold that belt for a while unless another person in another weight class comes and tries to take it from him. But then again, I don't even think that's going to happen. Speaking of that, Ilia Topuria earned the Breakthrough Fighter of the Year, which is not surprising. I mean, like I said, he beat Alex Volkanovski, which is a long-time title holder, and he also beat Max Holloway, who was a long-time striker. Can't really argue there. You already know the type of year he had. If you watched this year, if you watched any fights this year, then you heard about him at least once. Because after he beat Alex, they just kept... He called it, did it. Went to Max, called it, and did it. I remember watching the video face-off, which was a little weird. It just felt like... it felt like it made sense because these two wouldn't have been able to be in the same room, but it was a little weird. I ain't gonna lie, because why the hell did we do a video interview instead of just having them go face to face? But in the video, I could see that Ilia was way too hyped to fight Max, and Max looked way too calm, and he just didn't look ready. It just didn't look hungry like before, and I've seen Max hungry. I don't know. That's just me, though. Let me take a look. Woo. Like I was saying, getting into the next award. Again, I didn't write down all the awards. I only wrote down like the big ones. Eventually, one day, I'm going to start doing like deep dives into all of this stuff, but I just try to keep it simple because, again, I'm just getting started on these UFC videos. I've been watching for years and years and years, but I never actually went and did the videos or the reactions. Alex Pereira, most dominant champion with 3 lightweight, heavyweight, can't even speak today. With 3 light heavyweight title defenses. What was it? Yuri and Jamal, yeah. It was a good year, honestly. Yuri's a weird style fighter. I don't know what it is about that samurai style, but it really felt like it was just too easy for Alex. Honestly, it was just that style just doesn't match up. If you put that in front of anybody, like spacing is just too wide, and even Floyd Mayweather said, if you're hitting jabs and you're throwing shots like that, you're just leaving yourself open. And to somebody like Alex, it's an easy payday. Easy payday. And just like how he beat Jamal, that was bad. That was bad. Let's see if we can look at that. Let's see if I got that one saved. See with the stop too. That's what got me. Let me see what we got here. UFC Awards. There we are. And you have to give it to Jamal too, because Jamal really wanted to fight him, and he just didn't respect all that bullshit that everybody was trying to give to him. He didn't respect all the crap everybody was feeding him. You know, the little chain that he got with the stone head, that was super fire. It's just momentum. I think momentum is everything in this fight game, and when you have momentum like that, it leads you to stuff like what Joaquin Buckley did to Kobe, ass whooping. And I just don't think, again, the technical stuff with the referee and stuff can also throw off the fight, which also I feel like I can't really have a say because I never really fought in the cage, but I've watched this for more than 20 years, literally since I was a young kid. Watching pay-per-views. All I'm saying is that momentum is everything, and Jamal had that momentum. He was building it, and it came crashing down by some momentum that was even bigger. And you can't mark that up because he had such a great year. Oh, what else do we got? We had Brian Ortega's submission victory over Yair. He earned like the best comeback. I never understood that though. It almost feels like Brian Ortega's fights are literally all comebacks. He's had like very few where he's dominated the whole fight. His style it just doesn't cover up, bro. I feel like he's literally a walking punching bag. He's standing there just getting punched a million times no matter who he's fighting. So obviously he could have got that in any fight if he would have submitted them in the end. But it's a great job to him again to come back after getting so many punches and so many kicks and so much wrestling and all that tiring, and to come back and submit him the way he did was crazy. But I don't know. I feel like all Brian Ortega's fight go like that. But I'm gonna give him the respect because he's had a little good year, and then everything came crashing down. Shavkat stood undefeated. I already knew that was gonna happen. Couldn't argue there. Who was he going to? He went against Ian last fight. I don't even think that was a challenge for him. It was a bunch of wiggling, a bunch of dancing on the side of the cage, which I don't know. I feel like that was an easy game for Shavkat. He just made it even better for him. And if anything, I feel like when you're playing into their game, it's just not the way to go. And Ian feels like he did stuff, but I feel like control is control. No matter how you want to put it, control is control. Shavkat was controlling the whole fight until like the last minute, last 30 seconds. And even though if he would have choked him out, that would have probably been the best comeback victory choke if Ian would have did that to Shavkat. But that didn't happen, so we're sitting here today talking the opposite. And Shavkat is an undefeated run, securing him the Rising Star recognition of that award. And last one I have written down is Islam Makhachev. He did that fight with Dustin Poirier, which I don't even know how Dustin got in there, but he ended up getting in there for a fight, and here we are now. Dustin ends up getting himself in there. It was such a good fight until it wasn't a great fight anymore because I think Dustin was just too willing to fight. It's like you can go in there with skill and tactic, but you have to go in there with willingness to win, not just willingness to fight. I feel like that's what separates some of the champions from some of the other fighters is when you see them. And then sometimes the champions, they lose that willingness. They just come there to fight. Happens to the best of us. I mean, what do? We had our time. Everybody has a prime, and everybody gets through that prime.